would be granted. I believe the child ending up refusing the wish on account of the argument it caused between the parents. Just hearing about the details of this case fricked me up for a while. Not really petty but more psychotic. My dad received full custody and won everything in the divorce because my mom was diagnosed with a multitude of mental problems that she refused to take medication for, and she was an abusive alcoholic who also did M for funsies. Anyways, after all that was said and done, she decided she'd show us. When we were gone she'd break into the house and steal random crap like Tupperware lids. All of the Tupperware lids. I crap you not. We came home from school and all of the forks were gone, so we went to Walmart and bought forks. Came home with forks and all of the spoons were gone. We found out she'd been getting in through my bedroom window, so we put a lock on the window and put up security cameras. Didn't work out because 3 days later while we were gone we got her on video stealing. Yes, actually stealing the window and running down the road. Before you ask, yes, we have a restraining order. Yes, we turned the tapes over to the cops. No, you can't have a crazy person put into a mental hospital against their will unless they are a physical threat to themselves or others. Yes, she still randomly steals stuff from my dad's house. It's more of an amusement now though. You always decorate the tops of your cabinets with stuff and forget about it, so we play this game called What Used to Be There. $3,000 between me and another very good lawyer to argue about $13 month versus $30 month child support. They had 50/50 custody. The kid was 13. Even after I did the math for my client explaining they were paying me more than the difference for the entire rest of child support, they still wanted to do it. When I was a kid and my parents were divorcing, my dad filed many lawsuits against my mother for anything and everything. When I was 10 years old, he even told me he was going to take me to court in a lawsuit because I didn't want to go visit him. Client once called me with an emergency. The emergency was that his soon-to-be ex-wife fed the kid Chef Boyardee for dinner. I went to law school for this. The interim court order said that my client, the mom, was not to discuss the court proceedings with the child. During an access visit the child asked her, "When will I get to see you again?" and my client responded, "We'll have to see, but hopefully soon." The father then argued that this was discussing the court proceedings with the child and tried using it as an excuse to deny any further access. As an intern, I saw a couple have long, hateful emails about who was going to keep a unisex Armani hoodie. Almost all of their discussion centered on that one hoodie. When in the end the husband got to keep it, the wife cut holes into it which ruined it. It was pretty nice tbh. What I get from this is that if you ever divorce someone really petty, put a lot of focus on a few random items you don't actually care about. A mother actively coaching her 2 kids to say that dad was physically and sexually abusive to them. She would have gotten away with it except for 2 things. 1. The court-appointed psych managed to catch these lies out in the interview. To date longest report I have read at 280 pages. And 2. The oldest kid, then 10 I think, got annoyed at the mother for some such reason and recorded her on their cell phone, which was promptly played for dad. In the end dad got full day to daycare and mother had supervised contact for 6 months before she went to every second weekend. This happened in January. Guy was straight out of jail, 2 years, and of course at that point, his marriage was rocky as heck. When his wife dropped his kids off to visit, he lived with his parents for parole purposes. The son said his uncle hit him. The father then filed a PFA against the wife and uncle. It was granted. Then he files for sole custody. It was granted. The kids were in his custody for about 2 months before the custody hearing. Of course, my boss threw me the file and I had to handle the mediation and last minute prep. At mediation, the father and wife sit angry-eyed. Literally, each cross-armed and furious. The other lawyer and I discuss the facts and what arrangement each client wants briefly in another room. We come out and our clients are gone. Magically, and praise the Lord. In the course of 10 minutes of me and the lawyer talking, the father and mother made out in the corner of the hallway and returned. The case was dropped. May I mention, this was pro bono, PA jurisdiction. 2. Repeatedly taking the kids to CPS and trying to get them to accuse a teenager of RP. Every medical record makes it clear that the mother was the only one doing any talking. What's worse, she was a social worker trained to interview child sex victims professionally.